If I can just describe A&Es first. So A&Es are there to make sure patients who've got serious or potentially life-threatening illnesses or injuries get the care that they need. Urgent treatment centres are there to make sure patients who've got less serious conditions can also get the care that they need. However, what we're planning for Grantham is an urgent treatment centre, but we'll also still be able to see patients who have arrived by ambulance. We'll make sure we've got the right staff to look after those patients. So for the vast majority of patients that currently come to Grantham A&E, they'll still be able to come to the urgent treatment centre at Grantham. Well, in reality, Grantham hasn't provided full A&E services for many years, and I think it's really important that A&E departments reflect the services that that hospital provides to support the front door. So Grantham has inpatient medical beds, but what we don't have is acute surgery, acute obstetrics and gynecology. We don't have inpatient paediatrics, and all of those are services that really you do need to support a full A&E department. So we do think it's absolutely right to redesignate Grantham as an urgent treatment centre, because in reality it's been operating as an urgent treatment centre for many years. If someone has a serious car accident, they should be taken to an A&E department that deals with trauma, or even a major trauma centre. And people who have heart attacks now, they're taken in Lincolnshire, they're taken to the Lincolnshire Heart Centre, and so that's what happens now. That's not going to change. It's absolutely right for patients. Children are not normally brought to Grantham by ambulance if they have serious injuries or serious illnesses, but we do know that parents will often bring their children to Grantham, and we will make sure we have the right staff to look after those children. But if they do need to have further care, if they do need to be admitted to hospital, then as now, they'll be transferred to other hospitals. Local people will know that Grantham A&E has been closed in the evening and overnight for the last 2.5 years, and that's quite understandably caused a lot of anger and upset in the local population. So the urgent treatment centre will be open longer. In fact, you'll be able to access that service 24/7, so more patients will be able to be seen in Grantham rather than have to travel elsewhere. I think it's well known that United Lincolnshire Hospital Trust has really struggled to recruit enough staff to run their 3 A&E departments, and that led to the overnight closure at Grantham. So I think it's really important that they concentrate on running the 2 main A&E departments. So the advantage of having a community provider take on Grantham is that I think they'll be able to staff it more effectively, but also I'd like to think that they'd be able to work much closer with other services such as the out-of-hours service, but also general practice and community services. Grantham will continue to have acute inpatient medical beds. The difference will be that we're looking at a community provider running those beds rather than United Lincolnshire Hospital Trust, and we think there are big advantages to that. So we think a community provider would be able to closer integrate with general practice and our wider community teams, and the big advantage of that is ideally patients will be treated at home or close to home. If they do need to come into hospital, we'll try and get them out much more quickly, and having that integration and that joined up service is going to facilitate that. I think the proposal to have Lincolnshire's elective centre of excellence at Grantham is a real positive in these plans. Over the years, unfortunately, Grantham has lost a number of services, and I think this is the first time that I've seen any proposals that increase the number of patients that are going to be treated at Grantham. So I think that is a huge positive, and for me it really will ensure there's long-term future viability of Grantham, so I think that's a real positive for me.